In the headlines, a mother cries out for answers 6 years after her son's killing. An opposition delegation requests that Guy Joseph allow an on-site visit to St. Jude Hospital. And condolences pour in for Senator Joachim Henry on the loss of his son.
This is the Hot 7 Nightly News with Lovelace and Amy Joseph.
Good night. It is Tuesday, the 6th of April, 2021. Welcome to the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. A special hello to our plug-and-play viewers via our digital antenna. I'm Lovely St. Amy Joseph. Thank you for joining us. The mother of a young man shot dead in 2015 is yet to receive justice for her son. Orrin Charles was shot multiple times on the 5th of April 2015 in what was believed to be a gang-related crime. To date, his mother, Romelia Ferguson, says that no one has contacted her with any possible leads in her son's case. Nisha Charles begins our reporting.
On what would have been her son's 36th birthday, Romelia Ferguson continued to seek justice for the killing of her son. Orrin Charles, a.k.a. Wong of Monkeytown, Cicero, was shot multiple times that day, resulting in his death. Ferguson was met outside the Prime Minister's office on April 1st as she attempted to seek an audience with the Prime Minister to find answers to questions surrounding her son's killing.
It really hurts me sometimes to see that my son was murdered and nothing has been done up to a day like today. I never heard from the officer, I never heard from the DPP, I never heard from nobody. And my son was just murdered just so. One wasn't a boy that used to look for problems. If anybody in town or a robbery or killing or anything like that, one just had a big mouth. That's all. He just had a big mouth. And he was murdered. Monday will give 6 years since Wong was murdered in Cicero.
Hot 7 spoke with Ferguson back in 2019 when she claimed that one of the difficulties she had to deal with was facing the people who she believed to be responsible for her son's death. Ferguson is still questioning the job of police and the Director of Public Prosecutions in relation to her son's murder.
The police contacted me 3 or 4 days after the murder, and it has been 6 years now. If I see the officer, I wouldn't even remember him. Nobody haven't come to me and say anything or they have any suspect or nothing whatsoever, nothing. And names has been calling for the past 6 years. The same way I'm hearing the officers and them hearing. I don't even know where the officer is right now. Right now in my present moment, I don't even know where the officer works. You cannot kill somebody's child. I'm not saying Wong was a good boy. Everybody know Wong. I don't have to come and explain nothing again. Everybody had no Wong. You cannot murder somebody's child like that. And then the police just dragging. I never had a day in court. Never ever had one day in court.
Charles's death was recorded as the island's second homicide for the year 2015. For the Hot 7 News, Nisha Charles reporting.
Thank you, Nisha. The St. Lucia Labour Party has issued a request to the government of St. Lucia seeking permission to visit the ongoing St. Jude Hospital reconstruction site in view of recent reports that the party says are disturbing developments in relation to the project. Communications Officer of the St. Lucia Labour Party, Mondi Lewis, said a formal request has been sent in by the leader of the opposition, Philip J. Pierre, to the Minister for Economic Development, Guy Joseph.
The visit has been proposed for Thursday, 8th April 2021. The reconstruction project had commenced in 2011 under the previous UWP administration and was continued by the last SLP government. However, in 2016, it was abandoned by the current UWP government, which embarked upon a new building for the hospital. This decision has been heavily criticized by the St. Lucia Labour Party and a number of experts as totally unnecessary, as the unfinished new complex of buildings constructed for the hospital could have been completed within 6 to 12 months, enabling patients and staff to work in a more conducive surrounding.
According to the SLP, the disturbing reports are about corners being cut in order to expedite work. However, the SLP has expressed appreciation to the medical staff for their contribution to the health care of the people of St. Lucia during these trying times. The leader of the St. Lucia Labour Party, Philip J. Pierre, has expressed condolences to party member and Senator Joachim Henry on the sudden passing of his son, Dr. Joshua Henry. The promising young man passed away on Saturday, the 3rd of April.
It is with profound sadness that I extend condolences on behalf of the members and executive and the parliamentary group of the St. Lucia Labour Party to our Kylites in Castries Southeast, Joachim Henry, whose son passed away last week in the United States. The loss of such a bright and promising young man is profound, and I encourage the Henry family to be comforted by the scripture, Psalm 46:1. God is our refuge and strength, and ever-present help in trouble. May his soul rest in peace. Sincere condolences to Joachim, his wife, and daughters. You are in our prayers, and we feel your pain.
Meanwhile, Alison Jean, the mother of Botham Jean, has extended her condolences to the family. The young doctor was a close friend to the Jean family, especially Botham Jean, who was killed by a former Dallas police officer in 2018. Alison Jean expressed her sorrow upon hearing the sad news.
I am deeply saddened at the news which I got on the passing of Joshua Henry. Joshua was a very outstanding young man. I knew him from the time he was a toddler. He and Botham attended the same preschool, the same elementary school, and the same secondary school. Though they parted ways when they had to go to college, Botham went to the A-level college and Joshua left to study in Trinidad, but they still remained very, very close to each other.
Jean remembered how Henry played a major role in supporting her family following the passing of her son, Botham Jean. She also spoke of her fond memories of him.
Joshua attended the memorial for Botham in Dallas, and the following week he came to St. Lucia to attend Botham's funeral, and he performed a wonderful rendition at Botham's funeral. I have very fond memories of Joshi, and I want to extend my deepest condolences to his mom and dad, who are very close friends of mine, as well as his sisters and his extended family.
Just as while St. Lucia has lost another great son, the Almighty has gained another angel. The Ministry of Health and Wellness has reported 2 COVID-19 related deaths, bringing the total number of deaths in country to date to 63. Death 62 is a 77-year-old male from Castries with underlying medical illness. Death 63 is a 69-year-old male from Castries with underlying medical illness. The individual was one of the critical patients in care at the respiratory hospital. Over the course of the Easter weekend, between the 2nd and 4th of April, the Ministry of Health and Wellness received confirmation of 24 cases of COVID-19. On the 2nd of April, 86 tests conducted showed 16 positives. On the 3rd of April, there were 89 tests conducted with 4 positive cases. On the 4th of April, there were 95 tests conducted with 4 positives. All of these individuals were seen at various community respiratory clinics where they were assessed and tested for COVID-19. The contact tracing for these newly diagnosed individuals is underway. Confirmation was also received of the recovery of 23 individuals, bringing the total number of active cases to 125. Presently, one of the active cases requires critical care at the respiratory hospital. The new cases bring the total number of cases diagnosed in country to date to 4,297. You're watching the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Still to come, COVAX begins delivery of COVID-19 vaccines. The RBC acquisition by national banks of the region is a done deal. And the Prime Minister's Playlist 42 Volume 2 takes social media by storm.